Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. I'm sure you've seen the trailer by now for Battlefront 2, and if you were like me, you may have been a little underwhelmed at first, with your reaction something like, meh. Well, you would be wrong, and I'm not afraid to admit it, I was wrong too. So after sifting through all the information available, I've come up with 17 things you need to know about Battlefront 2. Okay, let's do this. Battlefront 2 has a single player campaign. Yes, I know that shouldn't be big news, but the first title was multiplayer only, making this an essential area to start. Of course, the multiplayer side of things will be the core of the game, just like Battlefield, Call of Duty, and pretty much every first-person shooter in recent memory. But this one has something that will make even the most casual fans of Star Wars reach for their lightsabers: the story. It has been confirmed that the Battlefront 2 story will be canon. Just in case you don't know what that means, Battlefront 2 story is officially part of the Star Wars lineage. This is not fanfiction, this is not an alternative timeline, this is legit. It gets even better. The narrative will pick up at the end of Return of the Jedi, just as the Death Star version 2 blows up. So basically just after those little cretins are celebrating with ghosts. And where will it conclude? At the start of The Force Awakens. This story will span 30 years and will fill the gaps the films are yet to speak about, such as how did the First Order grow so quickly, and what happened to those little cretins on Endor. I hope they died. Little f***ers. This is the perfect time to introduce the main protagonist in the Battlefront 2 story, Iden Versio. I hope I've pronounced that right. We'll be in the boots of an Imperial soldier. Yeah, that's right, we're on the side of the baddies, but remember, no one is the bad guy in their own story. So expect to care about the dark side in a way you haven't before. And we all know the dark side is far more exciting than the boring light side. Iden watches her way of life blow up in front of her eyes, and will most likely be looking for revenge over those little bastard Ewoks. Maybe not, maybe she'll just be gunning for the rebels. Luckily, she's the commanding officer of INFERNO Squad, an elite special forces unit skilled in space combat and ground invasions. We're playing as the bad guy in the story of revenge. Maybe it's just me, but that sounds absolutely epic. And look, she's about to shoot Luke Skywalker, but we all know he's still alive, so this can't end well for the Inferno Squad. Returning characters can be seen throughout the trailer, including Darth Maul, Luke, and even that little green goblin Yoda. And the new trilogy characters Kylo Ren and Rey as well. It's pretty safe to expect to interact with your favourite characters from all the films, or at least fight alongside them at one point. This could mean we may have to murder Jar Jar Binks. How satisfying would that be?
These are swamp dwellers just like Nisa. I will convince them of our good fellowship.
Before I pass out from excitement, let's jump over to the multiplayer side of things and confirm that maps from all 3 Star Wars generations will be available. So we could be scrapping away on Vardo or Naboo, and then jump over to Cloud City, and we could be even fighting on Hoth, which, when you think about it, should be called Kolth. Really, not Hoth. Anyway, moving on. Different character classes have been confirmed, involving those that were quite weak in Battlefront 1. 4 confirmed thus far. They are Officer, Heavy, Assault and Specialist, which can be customised to suit your playstyle, much closer to Battlefield and COD in that respect. This is the element of depth in the game. Most probably, the XP that we gain from completing missions will go towards unlocks such as weapons and characters maybe. Of course, there are deluxe versions and pre-order bonuses available of this game, which do a plethora of things. The first let you upgrade the aforementioned character classes instantly. An unspecified epic ability will be upgraded, and mods will be unlocked right away. There's many more little vague areas like that, so we'll review that close to the time. Once again, multiplayer will have 40 players simultaneously battling. It's a pretty substantial amount. If you've ever played 64-player Battlefield, you know that that can be a veritable turd storm of activity. Similarly, if you've played 12-player Destiny, it can sometimes feel quite sparse on the battlefield. Could 40 be the perfect number? What do you think about that? Please let me know below.
Hey guys!
Have you noticed that I've referenced Battlefield regularly through this video? Well, that's because DICE, the developer behind that series, is also behind Battlefront. So we already know they have the pedigree to deliver and the ability to improve the original Battlefront title.
If you keep this up, I swear you'll be dead in a month.
They've also worked on Mirror's Edge and Pinball Dreams. Okay, that last one was a bit terrible, but you get the idea. Star Wars has a rich history of vehicles, both on land and air, or space rather, so expect Battlefront 2 to be filled with X-Wings, TIE Fighters, Speeders, and look, it's a bloody Tauntaun! Oh, one more thing, what is this big bugger? Is it an AT-AT, or is it an AT-AT? It's an AT-AT, right? Let me know what you call it below, please. At this point, Space Battles have been confirmed to support 24 players. One last thing for multiplayer, split-screen co-op has been confirmed. This is only available offline at present, so you'll be facing bots rather than real people, but still useful to know. So if you have a couch and you're lucky enough to have a real life friend, then join up and fight together. You can also use this function on your PS4 using SHAREPLAY, so if your mate doesn't own Battlefront 2, then don't worry about it, you can still play together, and I'm sure many trophy hunters will use this excessively. The worldwide release of Battlefront 2 is November the 17th. Keep that in mind because there is already a Star Wars Battlefront 2 game available, but it did release in 2005. Did anybody play it? It was pretty damn good actually. The producers of Battlefront 2 have said the game will not require a season pass, so basically the initial price of the game is all you need to purchase to stay with all other users. This has taken a page out of Blizzard's groundbreaking Overwatch, which is rewriting the rulebook around online shooters. By making all DLC free, the community will not fragment due to those paywalls, like Battlefield 4 demonstrates, and this should add years to the play cycle of Battlefront 2. A few little things before we end this video. If you want to know more about the origins of INFERNO Squad, then there is a comic book coming out just for you. It's in response to what happened at the end of Rogue One. I won't spoil it, I'm sure you already know what happens. The Empire's Imperial Navy have authorised this elite group of soldiers to be called INFERNO Squad. So if you want to be a step ahead of the story, then you can grab that on July 25th. So that's it, that's 17 things you should know about Star Wars Battlefront 2. Things are looking good on paper, but keep in mind we haven't seen any real gameplay yet. But it's a safe assumption to expect improved visuals and animations from the 2015 game. I personally did not expect to be so excited about this game, but damn it I am. What do you think? Are you going to pick it up? And are you buying it for the story or the multiplayer, or both? I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade, and if this was useful, please chuck us a like and think about subscribing. I'll see you next time.